What a win for Inter Miami, as this is the first time since September the 9th without Lionel Messi that Inter Miami has won without him. And this one, they won this one 3-1 over DC United in Washington, D.C. And I gotta say, this was incredible. This game was just absolutely bonkers. A lot has happened, and it went totally wrong for DC United, just like how it did 4 years ago. Remember that? Anyway, we got Alex Bono as goalie for DC, while Drake Callender is still our goalie. And they had to put in some. They got to come up with some plans to get points in this without Messi, and let's see what happens. So, we start off with the ball possession from, I think, as far as I remember, it was DC. There's already a corner kick for DC, and that was conceded by Aviles. And why do we like this? Anyway, so after that corner kick, there was an attempt by Lucas Bartlett from DC off the header, and he just missed it. Pedro Santos tries to get one, but he also tries to get one shots on goal attempt, and that was saved by Callender right there. Capan, after that, goes off to the attack, tries to get to the left side of the box, but that was blocked away, as there was a corner kick for Inter Miami, and that was conceded by Bartlett, unfortunately. Then Christian Dahomey with if I pronounce it right, please let me know. Tries to get one off the header, and that was just missed off the wide to the left. And then there was an offside call by Pirani from DC, and that was a little bit of a close take there. Christian Benteke with the shot there on attempt, and that was saved by Callender. And then a little bit after that, we have a goal. This one's for DC, and this is assisted by Matusz Glitch. This is Jared Shroud, who just scored a banger from his right foot. He scores one, and albeit that was a nice goal by Jared Shroud. It's a complete banger, and it's 1-0 DC. So then I'm thinking, might be a good chance to right the wrong 4 years ago, right? Not that we didn't years ago, but I'm just saying it would be nice to finally get something. Anyway, or make this comeback in DC. Anyway, Gomez gets called offside after that. Then Benteke would try to get one off the right side from Jared Shroud, but that was saved by Callender. And after that save, there was a corner kick by DC, and that was also conceded by Callender as well. There was a foul there by Stroud, and then there will be a free kick from Inter Miami. Twice in a row, man, mind. Because of the fact that there will be some switching. And then Gressel would try to get one off of David Ruiz, and that was just blocked away. That was like, oh, man. Then there was a rough foul there on Christopher McVeigh, a former Inter Miami player. He gets a yellow card. And then after that, there was a free kick by Noah Allen, and that was just went absolutely nowhere. But all right, this situation was a clusterfuck. So what happened was, it was Rondando, I believe it was Rondando, had the ball, but he loses footing, and he had to pass it. Initially, I thought he was offside, but no flags were up, no hands raising like that. He was at the far left of the side of the field. Then he passes to Campana, and Campana off the short side in the center of the goal. That was punched away by Bono. That was saved, and that was off the cross by Taylor. Then Rondando has the soccer ball, loses his footing again, and falling down as he's on the ground, using his feet to make the little miniature pass off the right. Campana strikes this one to tie this one 1-1 by Rondando off the bottom left corner. And how did Rondando do it and manage to keep his composure and maintain the soccer ball while he was on the ground is beyond me. You know what I'm talking about with this play. I mean, wow. That was a difference maker of this game, really. Because if they didn't score this one, who knows what would have happened. But, my God, Rondando keeping focus making sure he stays on top of the play, and it sees that just a slight window. He took advantage of the slight window, and Campana would definitely get that second chance, and he gets this one, and now it's a tie game, 1-1. Absolutely. So, I mean, that is just, whoa, wow. I'm still in shock about this. Then there was a foul on Pirani from DC. He gets shown a yellow. Then after that, there was another foul, and this was on Aviles. Now, initially, Apple TV probably got this one wrong. So they said the yellow card was issued to Ferrari. The yellow card has been issued to Nicolas Ferrari, but obviously that was incorrect. It was actually Thomas Aviles who gets the yellow card, and the replay shows it was clearly Aviles. But unfortunately, he does get the yellow card. But after the yellow card has been called, Pedro Santos would try to get this one off the direct kick, but that misses too high to the right, a little bit too high. So that was close. That was close with that, and Ferrari gets hurt during that play, and he could not continue this game, so he was subbed off 30 minutes into the game, and it was Christoph would replace Ferrari for the rest of the game. Then there was a corner kick after that by Inter Miami, and that was conceded by Bartlett. Then after that, Federico Rondon would try to make this attempt, but that was saved by Bono. Robert Taylor would would show the free kick off the Herrera foul, and that was too much of a foul, and it might be a little bit of a jersey pull, I'm not quite sure, but yellow card's been shown to Herrera. That's also his next yellow. Next DC player showed a yellow. Then there was a corner kick, but that was conceded by Herrera. Then Aviles would try to get one off the outside of the box, but he misses too high wide to the right, following the corner. So close take. Then Robert Taylor, after that, would try to shoot one, but that was blocked away. And then there was a foul on Rondondo. Corner kick for DC, and Calendar would concede that one. So that was pretty cool to see. There was a foul there by Benteke, and then there was a free kick there. Rondondo would sprint down. He would try to get one, but that was just too close and too high. A little bit, and that was close. That was very close. Now, there was 6 minutes of stoppage with this one. So there was an offside there, and Robert Taylor hits the left, and this one, you have to make this goal. You were right flipping there, Taylor. You were right there, and he just couldn't get it, and that ended up hitting the post. Now, there was a debate whether or not if Bono would touch it or tip it. I didn't see much of it. I thought it was just a ball being kicked to the post. But geez, you gotta make that goal. You were right there, Robert Taylor. So they hit the post on the outside of the box, and DC's possession. Now DC would get called offside. With that, corner kick comes in for Inter Miami. That was conceded by Herrera. Gomez wins the free kick off of a foul on Peltola. And then the first half comes to an end. Miami arguably played a little bit better. Now I did repost this off on social media. Here's the halftime stats, and this is important later on. Just to show, a slow start of Inter Miami turned into really one of the best comebacks for this. So, all right, 9 shots for Inter Miami in the first half, 7 shots for DC. Both sides even out with shots on target, meaning shots on goal, and both of them did score 1 point. Miami could have scored 2 off the Robert Taylor, but he just didn't quite do so. The possession time was 58%. That goes in Miami's favor in the first half alone, while DC only had 42. 203 passes for Inter Miami, while 153 passed for DC. And the important part is pass accuracy for Miami. That's 74%, while they have 69%. Nice. They have 12 fouls for DC, we only had 3. They were shown 3 yellow cards. We only shown 1. No red cards yet. And corner kicks for Inter Miami was 4. They had 3, and then they had 2 offsides. I thought there was more than that, but either way, Miami got settled in without Messi. They were able to figure it out, and I tell you the halftime stats right now because of this. All right, second half starts off. Pirani with the attempt there, and that's a shot on goal, and that was saved by Calendar. That was just a brilliant save and very quick one too to keep it within tie game. There will be a few fouls there, not much to comment on those, but we will talk about the fouls when we get there. I swear it. Anyway, then Jared Stroud tries to get one on the center of the box. A right idea, but not a good play there by Stroud. Then after that, Campana would try to get one, but he misses too close there. But he misses to the left. But I mean, that was close. That could have been it too. There was the injury by Fernando, and he was able to get up and play the rest of the game. So that was good. So then after that, there was a foul there by Busquets off the bad foul, and that's just a questionable yellow card, to be honest here. And don't worry, for DC, there were some questionable calls. I will say this. I'm not going to say, oh, we won this game fair and square. No, there were definitely some shady things that happened, I must admit. But after that, a corner kick goes to DC. That was conceded by Kristoff. And then Campana would try to get this attempt there, but that was blocked away outside the box. There will be an offside call by Taylor. Corner kick after that for DC. That was conceded by Noah Allen. Then Pirani would try to get one again, but that was missed once again by DC. And after that, Jared Stroud would try to shoot one, and that is also missed. And then offside, they were calling on Benteke. And after that, Luis Suarez comes in for Robert Taylor, and the rest is history. And I'll talk about why it's the rest is history. Then substitution for DC. Christian Fletcher comes in for Pirani. I thought Pirani played pretty good for DC. I will tell you that much. Then there would be a foul on Peltola, and he was shown a yellow. That they were just like, they were all over these referees too, and I'll be it. They didn't have their best game either, and I will say this with straight face right there. But after that, there was an attempt missed by Gressel. He misses too high. Campana would try to get one, but that was saved by Bono. Then Benteke would try to get the header off, and that was nowhere close. And I believe there was that one where that was just above in actuality. Okay. Then, this next play, I will say this. That looked like a handball. So, Inter Miami was in their own box. DC was going for the attack. And I think they were trying to make that pass, and Miami was trying to go for the defense. The issue is, before the ball was cleared away, and they gave it to Campana, the ball was touched. And that sounds wrong, I know. The soccer ball was right there. And I don't think it was an intentional one. That's what they're saying at least. But either way, in the box, if it's a handball, that could have been a penalty for DC. But this is why you need to find a way to sign the real referees back into action, because there's just no way you can miss that one. Oh, and they replayed this too. They did replay this, and they still don't go back because it wasn't clear and obvious. I mean, as an Inter Miami fan myself, if that was called on us, that would if things would have went any other way, that would have pissed me off too. I would tell you that flat out. But since that didn't happen, this happened. Goes all the way down the field after the no handball call, no penalty call, and Miami capitalized, and they capitalized in a big way. Campana passing it to Suarez, and Suarez from the very close range buries it off the bottom left corner, and Miami has lead this one 2-1 over DC United. And we have captured the lead for the first time today, and I say today because their kickoff time was at 2:00, and that was just a beautiful. That is just a beautiful goal there by I'll call him back later, by Luis Suarez, and make this 1-2-1. And then they did take a look, and they have no evidence. Apparently, it was not clear and obvious, and the goal counts. The goal absolutely counts. So DC fans were really angry with this. DC fans were angry. I understand. DC coaches were angry. I totally understand. And more importantly, the players were understandably angry with this one. And believe me, when I tell you this, I do get it. I do get it. If it was up to me, if I wanted to win this game, I wanted to win fair and square. That's just me personally. But unfortunately, we will take it. I mean, we'll just take it. Now, with that being said, maybe these type of referees were probably disciplined because of the fact that we were in the bad receiving end of the calls last week. So maybe they don't want to be harassed by those outraged Inter Miami fans as well, including me. I was kind of one of those pissed off fans who were just like, oh God, they stink, you know. Anyway, back to the game. So Marquez glitch would get shown a yellow off a foul there, and I'm not sure if it was a jersey pull or not. I think it might have been. And then there was actually a jersey pull that didn't get called from the corner kick. I think that was happened before this goal too. Now substitutions happens. There was Morel gets replacing Dahomey for DC, and then Borgelin replaces Campana, and then Jordi Alba comes in for Grissel. Jared Stroud comes in to try to get this shot, and that was blocked away. Corner kick for DC, and that was conceded by Kristoff. Gomez gets a yellow card. Then there was another substitution. Rodriguez comes in for Jared Stroud. Corner kick for Inter Miami, and that was conceded by Herrera. 83rd minute, David Ruiz tries to get one from the outside of the box, and that's following the corner, and then he just missed it. That would have been a good goal. And then free kick by Inter Miami, and then there was this beauty stolen away by Inter Miami, and the ball was passed to Luis Suarez, and he buries it to the center, high to the box, to ultimately put this game away. 3-1, Luis Suarez scoring again, and I'm not hearing any Suarez haters now. They're telling him that he's old and washed up because he has scored yet again. He scored again, and he's not stopping. So if there's no Messi, there's Suarez. And by the way, we did this without Messi. 3-1 Inter Miami, and there was problems. Oh man, there was actually problems. As this game wasn't bad enough for DC already, it got a lot worse because following this is an ejection card. I call it the ejection card. What it really is a red card. It is shown to Pedro Santos. Pedro Santos was shown a red. Oh no, which means he is out for the rest of the game. Let me just double check this real quick. Did he get a yellow card? I'm not sure whether or not if he got a yellow card. Now that I think about it, I don't think. Let me double check real quick because Pedro Santos was shown a yellow. Was he? Either way, gets kicked out of this game. Oh no, I don't think he was even shown a yellow. Now that I think about it, that was a straight red. This was a straight red for DC. I'm not sure what transpired. I don't know if it was an illegal play that happened for DC, because he was shown a red. And I remember him, and even ESPN, because I had to double check real quick just to make sure that I did say he did have a yellow card. He didn't. It didn't show that he did. I don't think. So now DC would be down 10 men. as things could have gone any worse for DC. Now, Pedro Santos, for what I know is every time the player gets a red card, he is suspended for the next match. I think that's what I gathered. And it's just bad news for DC. It is just absolutely bad news for DC. Inter Miami playing with 11 men, 11 against 10. Alba tries to get one, but that was saved by Bono. Corner kicks for DC, and they were both conceded by Busquets. Andre Calendar, Benteke would try to get the header, and that was saved by Calendar. Drake Calendar with all these fouls and offsides committed to DC as they desperately needed a call. They never got a call, and there was one more chance for Herrera, but he just missed it to the left, and that's it for this one. Final score of this one, 3-1 over DC United without Messi, and DC ended up playing short-handed. Now when we look at the team statistics, 52.2 possession of Inter Miami compared to DC, they have 47.8. 7 shots on goal, so it evens out. 7 shots on goal, 17 shots for Inter Miami, 15 shots for DC. 12 fouls was only shown to Inter Miami, and 19 fouls were shown to DC. And they had 5 yellow cards. Miami only had 3, but the difference being they had 1 red card, and that's just unfortunate. DC with more set pieces because they have 8 corner kicks. Inter Miami with just 5 corner kicks. And Drake Calendar playing his best goalkeeping with 6 saves. And Bono with 4 saves. Now, Calendar did give up 1 goal, and that was with Jared Stroud. But since then, he was just spot on, and he was at all the close takes too. So I will say this to DC: yes, that was unfortunate what happened to y'all. If I was in your shoes, and believe me, I was in your shoes a lot. But if I was in your shoes at that point, I would have been really pissed off too. I'm not gonna lie, I totally get it. That would have driven me nuts as well. I'll call them back. But yeah, Inter Miami wins this one 3-1 against DC, and their next match is against the Red Bulls in Harrison, New Jersey. So I don't know if Messi's going to play that one. I don't think so, because I think at this point, now that I think about it, there's going to be an international break, which means our players like Campana, Alba, I don't know if he's... Oh, call him back, they're just annoying. But Suarez, Messi... they're in Calendar too. They're all going to be called up to their nations, like Argentina, Ecuador, and other countries. But yeah, we'll see what happens with this one as Inter Miami takes this one and has 3 points, which now we have 10 points off the season so far, making the season 3-1-1. All right, so that's going to do it for this one. I'll talk about the CONCACAF another time. But if you do enjoy this video, hit the like button, subscribe our content, because Miami TVG gets back. And what he does, he'll be right there with the entertainment you deserve. This is Miami TVG signing off, folks. Vamos. Adios.